Alright guys, RM Gaming here, and today I'm back with another weapon guide in Star Wars Battlefront. Today we will be reviewing the DLT-19 Heavy Blaster. Now, this gun, I used this gun early on in my Star Wars Battlefront multiplayer career, and it is just incredible. That is all I can say. Now, the gun actually doesn't do much damage, but it has a very, very high rate of fire. It has high cooling power, very good range, and the recoil is pretty damn controlled for something like this that has a ridiculous rate of fire. So anyway, let's go over what pros and what cons this weapon has to offer. So firstly, let's talk about the pros. It has a very good rate of fire, as I said previously, and basically, as you can see in the clips here, the rate of fire is so rapid, you can get so many hits in on enemies, it's pretty insane. This actually really helps when you're playing multiplayer, because if you go up against someone who's, I don't know, got an A to A to C, you're going to be able to shred them down pretty quickly with a gun with this much, well, not firepower per se, but with a rate of fire this high. It's going to suppress foes as well as damage them, so it can be used in various situations, this gun. Maybe you're just taking enemies out normally, or of course, using it to suppress enemies via suppressive fire. The second pro I would like to discuss is the cooling power of the weapon. So basically, when you overheat your gun after constantly firing it for an extended period of time, eventually it's going to require cooling. Now, the cooling power affects how fast the gun's heat increases. Some guns, like the DL-19, are pretty slow cooling power. As you know, it will overheat quickly and it will take a while to run down in terms of its heat, because it's a very powerful weapon if it is drawbacks. But I'll discuss that when we get onto that gun. But weapons like that, you know, they have a pretty weak cooling power. However, the DLT-19 has a very strong cooling power, which is good. For a weapon with this rate of fire, it's pretty handy to have. Very high power. And finally, we will discuss the final pro, which is the range, basically. So, it's very good at suppressing enemies at long distances, and you can see here in the clip, I can basically keep him held down for a long period of time, and because there is such a low recoil for this gun, it's actually incredibly useful. And this is why I really like the gun, because it's just so, it doesn't do much damage, but over time it does so much damage per second at a long distance, and it has a low recoil. So, we will now move on to the cons very shortly. So what cons does this weapon have? Well, allow me to discuss them. Not many. Not many, in all honesty. I think the only con I could really discuss is the fact that it doesn't actually do much damage. Each shot is very weak. But that's the thing I would also like to mention, is the fact that you really won't notice this, because you've got such a high rate of fire and you shoot so many blaster bolts per second that you're not even going to notice the piddly little damage. Because, well, obviously because it fires that many. So, really, is the damage that bad? Well, to be honest, it's fine having a low damage for this gun. You don't really notice it, and you deal so much damage per second due to the rate of fire that it really isn't an issue. that being said, it is still a con. It's still a disadvantage for the weapon, so therefore I must discuss it. And in all honesty, that really is it in terms of the cons. There is literally only one major con I can discuss for the weapon, as opposed to all of the positives I can point out for it. So really, I would say that for a low-level starting weapon such as this, you get it at a really low level, and for just how generally good all around it is, this is a must use. Must pick this up. Of course, some players are more comfortable with, I don't know, weapons that have a lower rate of fire but are stronger. Some don't. If you're generally not really skilled with certain weapons, you might want to pick this up mainly because it's mainly a spray and pray type of weapon. If you're generally not skilled when it comes to accuracy, this is the gun for you. Anyway, I will be back later to discuss the stats. For now, I will leave you engrossed in the gameplay. Yeah.
Impressive kill count, Stormtrooper.
Alright, we are back with the stats, and here I shall discuss them now. So as you can see, the damage is incredibly weak as opposed to many of the other guns. It has a ridiculous rate of fire, probably the best amongst the other weapons, so that's very good. It has a very solid range, I'd say about mid-range, and it's got a very high cooling power as well. So the DLT-19 is a very good low-level weapon, that's good all around, and I say this gun is fantastic. Anyway, if you like this video, don't forget to like, comment or subscribe for more. Peace out, guys.